Hi, I'm Erin from Paired, and if you're thinking of hiring overseas talent, Uruguay might not be the first place that comes to mind, but it probably should be. Uruguay is probably one of the most stable, tech-forward, and talent-rich countries in Latin America. You'll find highly educated talent, strong English speakers, and a national work ethic built around trust and consistency. In this video, I'm going to walk you through why Uruguay is an incredible place to hire. We'll tell you what makes the talent pool unique, how to stay compliant, how to collaborate well across different time zones, and how to make sure that your next hire sticks. Why Uruguay is rising fast in remote work. Let's start with the macro. Uruguay has built one of the strongest talent pipeline in Latin America. It's home to developers, designers, marketers, customer support specialists, you name it. But what really stands out is how ready Uruguayans are to work globally. Here's why Uruguay is a growing hotspot for international hiring. Number one, top-tier education. Uruguay has one of the highest literacy rates in Latin America and a public university system that's free and highly respected. Number two, a tech-forward economy. Uruguay invested early in internet infrastructure and digital education. It's the most connected country in the region with widespread fiber access and digital literacy. Number three, strong English skills. Especially among younger talent and those in tech and design, English proficiency is high, and communication tends to be clear and confident. Number four, business-friendly policies. Uruguay is known for legal transparency, a predictable tax system, and solid IP protection laws. All of that makes it easier to build long-term working relationships. Uruguayans bring a level of calm professionalism that makes remote collaboration refreshing and easy. When people ask, what are Uruguayans like to work with? The answer is grounded, thoughtful, and consistent. You'll find talent who shows up on time, communicates clearly, and takes pride in delivering high-quality work. Work culture in Uruguay blends Latin American warmth with European structure. There's a focus on trust, but also on a process. People tend to be reliable without being rigid. Some things to expect. People value clarity. If your goals and expectations are clear, they'll run with them. They're proactive but respectful. You'll rarely find someone overstepping boundaries, but they'll speak up if something's off. And work-life balance matters. Like many cultures outside of the US, Uruguayans like to protect their weekends and their evenings. This doesn't mean that they're less committed. It means they know how to sustain great work over time. And because the market is smaller, talent tend to value longer relationships. If you build trust with a hire from Uruguay, you'll often find someone who stays with you for years. Understanding the legal side. If you've never hired in Uruguay before, you want to make sure you're doing it right, especially when it comes to classification and compliance. You got two main options here: hire as a contractor or through an employer of record. Option one is a contractor. Many Uruguayan talent work as independent contractors or freelancers. They typically manage their own taxes and social contributions. This is a great setup for flexible, part-time, and project-based roles. That said, if you begin setting schedules, assigning fixed tools, or make the role feel like a full-time employee, you could risk misclassification. This could lead to audits, penalties, or forced reclassification under local labor laws, especially if the contractor later challenges the step up. That's why it's best to define expectations clearly and use the right hiring models from the start. Option two is an employer of record. An EOR acts as a legal employer on your behalf. They handle contracts, payroll, tax compliance, and local labor regulations. This option is ideal for long-term or full-time roles where you want a higher level of integration. At Paired, we help companies choose the right setup based on what they're hiring for. Whether you need someone to manage a few accounts or lead a global function, we'll help you do it in a way where it's compliant, sustainable, and simple. Where to find talent in Uruguay? Uruguay might be a smaller country, but the talent is mighty and more accessible than you'd expect. Here's where to look. For design and creative roles, Workana, a Latin America freelance platform with a strong Uruguayan presence. talents. And we have Behance, great for portfolios from Uruguayan designers and creatives. And there's Domestika. While based in Spain, many Uruguayan creatives post here too. For tech and product roles, there's Coder House, a Latin America-wide training platform with strong alumni in Uruguay. And there's GitHub. Many Uruguayan-based developers contribute to open source and list contract availability. And of course, LinkedIn, still one of the best places to search for specific skills or filter for remote experience. For customer support, operations, and marketing, there's Torre, a platform built specially for Latin American talent. And if you want to skip the hunt, that's where we come in. At Paired, we source and vet top-tier Uruguayan talent who are remote ready and culturally aligned with Western teams. We'll only introduce you to people who can work independently, communicate clearly, and deliver from day one. How to interview for a remote fit. Time zone wise, Uruguay is only 1 to 2 hours ahead of Eastern time. That makes live collaboration easy and async workflows even smoother. When interviewing Uruguay-based candidates, don't just interview for hard skills. Ask about how they work. Some strong questions include, tell me about a remote project that you led or contributed to. How do you manage your schedule when working across different time zones? Or what's your preferred way to receive feedback? You're listening for emotional intelligence, reliability, and comfort using async tools like Notion, Slack, or Trello. And remember, just because someone's English isn't 100% doesn't mean they'll not thrive in your role. Uruguayan talent tend to be clear, thoughtful communicators, even if their grammar isn't always textbook. How to build a lasting working relationship. Once you've hired someone from Uruguay, don't just treat them like a task robot. Treat them like a teammate. Start by sharing your company's vision and goals. How do you like to give and receive feedback? What success looks like in the role? And any important cultural or communication norms. Then check in, not just for performance, but for connection. A quick Slack message, a monthly one-on-one, even a quick shout out in a team meeting. Those small moments build trust and makes them feel like a part of something bigger. Why this works for growing teams. Here's why companies are quietly scaling with Uruguayan talent. You get serious talent who knows how to deliver. You get time zone alignment with US and Europe, and you get long-term collaborators, not just short-term freelancers. Many talent in Uruguay are looking for stable, long-term opportunities with international teams. If you're building with commitment in your mind, you'll find someone on their end too. At Paired, we've built companies' entire remote teams out of Uruguay, and we've seen the impact. The talent sticks, the quality is high, and the collaboration is smooth. Every person we recommend is vetted for both skill and communication. And every hire comes with a 90-day guarantee. So if you're exploring overseas hiring, Uruguay is more than worth your attention. Today, we covered what makes Uruguayan talent unique, how to stay compliant, where to find great candidates, what to ask in interviews, and how to build a long-term partnership that lasts. If you want help hiring in Uruguay, we've got you. Click the link in the description and let's match you with talent who's ready to contribute from day one. And I'd love to hear from you. Have you hired in Uruguay, or are you just now exploring Latin American talent? Drop a comment, give this video a like, and I'll see you in the next one.